Garrett Blevins here with week 6, day 3 of the Cube Kingpin. This is a max effort squat day. Today felt pretty good. There were some heavy weights today that I worked with, especially with high bar, that were PRs for me. Most of the reps felt pretty good, and depth felt pretty good, except I think on a couple of the high bar reps, or maybe in some of the pause reps I wish had been a little bit lower, but I was breaking parallel with most of my low bar work here. The weights were moving fast and felt light on my back. They felt so light I got a little lazy with keeping my core tight, and so I need to work on that and make sure I'm being consistent with my form and not taking it easy as far as tightness. I got forward a little bit on a couple of these reps because of that, but was able to pull it back. Didn't miss groove any quite as bad as I did last week. I tried to bring the laptop that I'm recording off of a little lower, but you can see this one's a little sideways. I'm trying to kind of put it on my bag so it stays at hip level and you can see if I'm getting the depth or not, which I am. Sometimes it's deceptive from that higher angle. It looks as though I'm lifting high, but I'm getting below parallel. This is high bar here with 545, and these felt pretty good. That first rep was I think one of my better reps of the day. This one, I believe my knee comes in a little bit. Yeah, you see that on my right leg. I felt that, and I got to be careful about that. I don't want to lose my knee inside. I know that's some just some weakness and not torquing enough with that external rotation in the knees at the bottom. I think the rest of the reps are better than that. Though I do think I cut this last one a little high. I was pretty tired at this point. These are some tough reps. And pause work, I think my PR for pause reps was 500 for 2, and so this is 495 for 3, and so I definitely feel that I'm getting stronger. This first rep is pretty deep, and I'm happy definitely with that. I think that I've increased my squat max, but it's always hard to tell for me. I do so much better with singles than I do with reps. I really think that my rep maxes and all that, they're decent help for me, but not by any of the formulas that you'll find online. I found that some people can do rep work real well, but when it comes to doing a 1 rep max, they have issues. For me, it's the opposite. Singles for me always go a whole lot better than rep work, but it was nice to have some lower volume today. Didn't have any back cramping, got through the workout pretty easily actually, and I was happy about that. After this, I did a little bit of dead stop benching, but just 2 sets. Started to feel some weird kind of tightness in my left pec and felt like it wasn't worth it to injure myself or take away from next week. And so here you see 315, I think for a set of 5. This was the last set I did. I did notice that I was stronger when I brought my grip in about an inch, and so I think I might kind of go a little bit in from where I go so wide. So it was a good day. I'm happy with the lifting. I wanted to mention this topic. I've been talking about Jesus and kind of his relationship to the Father, especially in reference to his mission to die on the cross to save humanity. And this is a psalm, Psalm 22, but Jesus says this, I believe, in Matthew's Gospel from the cross. He says the first line, my God, why have you forsaken me?" A lot of people say that since Jesus said that God forsook Jesus because when the sin of the world was placed on him, it was unbearable for the Father to look at something so hideous, so he turns away from his Son, Jesus, who has become kind of the scapegoat for all of humanity. But when you look back at the psalm that Jesus is quoting and you read down to verse 24, it says, "For he, God, has not despised or abhorred the affliction of the afflicted. He has not hidden his face from him, but has heard when he cried to him." And that is that cry that begins the psalm. And so we misunderstand what Jesus is saying. What Jesus is saying when he's quoting the psalm on the cross is that he feels forsaken. He feels like things aren't going right. But he knows and believes that God is still there caring for him. This is important to see that God the Father does not abandon Jesus, though Jesus as a human being is experiencing the suffering and doesn't feel that God is there. Anyways, I'll talk more about this. Blessings.